This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
When Sigma emailed me asking if I wanted to check out their 2470 version 2 prior to launch, a part of me wanted to say no because I'm tired of doing gear reviews. The improvements have been so incremental and it takes so much time and effort that it kind of just wears me out. But my FOMO will not allow me to say no. I need to see what's up. And it's a 2470, it's a popular focal length. It's a focal length that there are not a lot of 2470s in the Sony lineup. Taking this lens out of the box, sure, it's smaller and lighter than the version 1. But I was a bit underwhelmed initially because it took Sony about 6 years to update their 2470 G Master lens. And when they did, the difference in size, weight, performance, image quality, autofocus, nearly everything was dramatically improved in the version 2. Now, putting both of these side by side, you're gonna see exactly what I mean. The 2470 G Master went from being almost 900 grams to 695 grams. And it's a very noticeable difference. Now with Sigma, the differences are definitely less drastic. When I hold both lenses in my hand, the version 2 lens does feel a little bit lighter. You get about 90 grams in weight savings. The barrel of the lens, like the overall body of the lens, feels thinner compared to the version 1. After a short time with the lens and testing it out against the G Master version 2, I have to say that even though I was underwhelmed initially, I think that this is going to be Sigma's best-selling lens for Sony moving forward, simply because it gives you that G Master 2 performance in many ways, but also it's half the price. I think it's slightly more expensive than the version 1. You're getting that. And considering, go to bnhphoto.com, look up 2470 lenses for Sony. You're gonna get a Samyang 2470, which is around 1,000 grams, the biggest one. I've never used it. The Sony version 1, which I don't recommend. You got the G Master, which is over $2,000. Then you got this one. That's why I think it's gonna be popular. This is a focal length that even though you don't use a lot, it's one of those staple lenses that you need to have in your bag because it just covers so much of the unexpected when you need a lens and you need versatility. So on the Sigma 2470, you're getting an updated design with some new features like an aperturing lock switch, an aperturing declick switch, and 2 AFL buttons that are very flush to the body. And if you're not looking, it's kind of hard to find. They're really flush. Looking at the image quality, and I'm sorry, y'all, this is one of the reasons why I don't like doing lens videos anymore. I hate pixel peeping. It's a mood killer for me. I had to look at these images at 100% to try to find the slightest difference between them. Okay, the version 2 puts out an image that is damn near identical to the G Master version 2. Okay, in sharpness, sometimes I truly cannot tell which lens is which. Even the colors that are coming out of it are very similar. And in terms of just quality, you're getting for again half the price of the G Master, and for the upgrade that you're getting over the Sigma version 1, which is not that much, it's still it's really good. Let's talk about autofocus. The Sigma 2470 version 1 was never known for its amazing autofocus, but at the same time, I never found it to be terrible. It was pretty snappy, responsive, and silent, but when it comes to tracking and the overall hit rate of the lens, it just doesn't keep up with the current competition. Depending on what you do, this is where you will have a big advantage if you choose to get the Sigma 2470 version 2, right? So similar to the 51.2 that just got announced, this lens has their HLA focusing drive. It's extremely fast and silent. Again, the version 1 is snappy, but this one feels instantaneous. Now, the thing is that despite this one being much faster, the Sony version still has an upper hand when it comes to shooting sports or whenever you want to shoot faster than 15 frames per second, which very select few are going to need that. But if you don't, save yourself some money.
But if there's something that I feel like everybody needs, you guessed it. That's a website with Squarespace.
Squarespace makes it so easy and seamless to set up a website for your business, whether that's an online store, a blog, or a personal site like mine. Squarespace has this thing called Blueprint AI that gives you unique design and styling options to best align with your brand. A feature that can give your site some personality. I'm currently tinkering with it right now because I plan on doing an entire redesign pretty soon. It's also been effortless to manage my online store, selling my presets, and even more recently, I've been building out an appointments feature that will allow my viewers and site visitors to schedule a mentorship call with me in just a few quick steps. So if you use the coupon code Manny, you will get 10% off your first purchase with Squarespace. So check them out. Link will be in the description. So just like the version 1, this lens has 19 elements in 15 groups. Minimum focusing distance of 17 centimeters on the wide end, making it the closest focusing lens out of them when at the 24 millimeter range. It weighs 735 grams, has 11 aperture blades, has a zoom lock switch that disengages when zooming, and has an 82 millimeter filter thread. I know, so exciting. Even though I don't think that this lens is a massive improvement over the version 1, because the version 1 can still hold its own. It's a decent option. If you have one, there's no rush to upgrade, but given how this lens stacks up to the 2470 G Master 2, like I cannot tell the difference in anything that it does. And if you're not a professional sports photographer, you don't shoot the A1, you don't need faster than 15 frames per second, which most of us don't. This is the obvious choice moving forward for Sony. That's why I think it's going to be one of their best selling lenses, because a 24 millimeter is not a 24 to 70 millimeter lens is not a 28 to 70 or a 28 to 75. Those extra 4 millimeters go a very long way, okay, especially on the wide end. And to get this at a little over $1,000, when you're looking at the 2875s, they're slightly under $1,000. I think getting a lens like this makes a lot of sense. Which even, again, still, I'm not super excited about this lens because I already have the Sony one, but I think that for people that, again, Sony doesn't have a lot of these 24 Sony lenses in the entire ecosystem from anybody, from any third party. It's gonna be popular. And I am talking too much. And they're okay. My mom saves the day. Thank you, Mom. Hey, Mama. What's going on? Good. Just finished another video.